On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. Today we're going to be talking about I've Said Love by C.P. Cabaniss, which is the second book in her The Vals series. The back cover synopsis says, once bitten, twice shy, Valerie thought she was living a fairy tale. A whirlwind romance in college, an engagement, plans for the wedding of her dreams, and her happily ever after, all waiting at the end. When her forever turns into never, she vows that love and romance were left in the past with her broken heart. Then she meets Ethan, a man who knows similar heartache, and begins to wonder if it's possible to love again. As the two work together to plan the perfect wedding for their best friends, Valerie starts to re-examine herself and the things she truly wants out of life. This is a contemporary, single point of view romance. You get some mental health representation there, and as well as tropes. The strangers to more is the most prevalent one. The intimacy is mild. There's hand holding, kisses, hands on hips is, I think, as spicy as it gets, so you're pretty safe here with whatever intimacy level you prefer. No language or violence. The potential trigger warnings I saw were bad childhoods, breakups, obviously, and depression. Cons were actually, there weren't really cons. The only thing I noticed was that there's a couple of times where the word choice felt weird. Totally made sense, but I would have phrased it differently is all. And also, like, I guess a wish, not even a con, was I would have liked to see Ethan's point of view. But like I said, not even a con, more of like that would have been nice kind of a thing. On the pro side though, is you have friends like Denise who don't just fade into the background during hard times. They keep inviting and they're understanding when it's hard to say yes. I feel like that's important to have friends that are going to be there for when you're able to kind of pull yourself out of, the pit, and they're going to help you if you want it. And if they don't want help, then they're just going to be there waiting for you when you're ready, kind of a thing. I think that's just really beautiful to see friendship like that. And then there were some really quotable lines in here. Here's two of my favorites. The first one is, whoever said time heals all wounds needed to be more specific with the time frame. And the other one is, sometimes having someone call your bluff is an annoyance. And it was honestly very insightful. Listen to this quote. It says, I almost laughed, but I stopped myself. It was a long time ago, but it would be cruel to make light of his feelings, past or present. So this book kind of almost felt like going to therapy. And notice where you are, where you want to go, how to self-correct, focusing on empathy and not judging appearances, because one of the characters has tattoos, listens to heavy music, realizing that you can be a cheerleader for your friends even if you're not ready for that step in life yourself. I felt like it was very, very self-aware and insightful, and that's really cool. I really liked that. And then also the cuteness in this book was fabulous. The quote says, listening to him sing made me feel like we were kissing again. Like for those few moments, he wasn't thinking, just being. And my favorite part of the whole book was, what lie? He asks quietly, so only I can hear him. Everything I said was true. And I just was like, oh, it's just the best part of that whole book, honestly. This can be read as a standalone, but it is the second book in the series, and I obviously will always tell you to read books in order, because that's how they were written, that's how they should be read. But she does a great job of writing so that you could read it as a standalone. So Yeah. Anyways, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this book, this series. If you've read this author before, I'd love to hear from you. If you'll jump over to Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela, I'd love to hear from you. And I'll be back again with some books soon.